Alright, we're back. It's episode number 22 of Average Jim's Cooking Show. I appreciate everybody watching. It's another cold, rainy day out, so we're going to do something kind of inspired by another foodie. Someone I used to go to high school with, Marissa, made this yesterday. At least I think she did. She called it something different. But what we're making is called chili verde. It's basically a chili or a stew. It uses pork and a lot of peppers. And so after you're finished watching football, you can watch this and see how to make a really good hearty meal. So let's go over to the ingredients. I've got about 1.5 pounds of pork. This is actually a pork tenderloin, just kind of diced up bite-sized pieces. Different peppers here. I've got 2 just giant jalapenos, 2 Anaheim peppers. And these are tomatillos. A lot of people think they're similar to a green tomato. They come in this little husk. We're going to roast those. I've got about a medium onion diced up here. This is half a green bell pepper. Some chicken broth. This is cumin, ground cumin, kind of what you see in chili powder, salt, pepper, and that's really about it. So what we're going to do, we're starting the pot here, and we're going to go ahead and just add a little oil, and we're going to brown this pork up. We're just going to pour that in, and we're going to let that go just a few minutes, and on a medium-high heat, it'll probably take about 5 minutes. So we'll be right back. Alright, so our pork is pretty much browned off and cooked. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and pull that from the pot. Just pour it into a bowl. Because we're going to cook our onions and peppers next. We want to cook those separate. And then everything will come back together. So we'll go ahead and just get the rest of this out. And what we're also going to do, I've got the peppers over here in another pan along with the tomatillas. Cut the tomatillas in half. We're going to put those in the broiler and let them roast up for a few minutes. So we got that. Let our pork go. We're going to take a little bit of olive oil, just throw it on, skin, seeds and all. And what we're going to do, once it boils, we're going to let it go for about 5 minutes. And then basically we're going to peel it after it roasts off, get a nice flavor on it. So back in the pot, we're going to add our green peppers and our onions. Let that go. A little bit of salt and black pepper. So you just want to let that go, sweat down, about 5-6 minutes while the peppers are in the oven roasting. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pull the peppers out. You can see they got a nice char on them, which is what we wanted. So what I'm going to do, I'm basically going to put them into an ice bath. It's going to cool everything down. That way it's easier to work with. Because like I said, we're going to skin and seed them. And now, all the heat from the jalapenos comes pretty much from the seeds and what's called the membrane, the little white part. So we're going to let that all sit in there for a minute. So basically, like I said, the seeds are kind of what causes the heat in the pepper. If you want it hot, leave them in. If you don't want it as hot, cut it open, scrape them out. I'm going to let these cool down for a minute and then we'll be right back. Alright, so everything's cooled down. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to chop the top off there. Split the pepper open. Like I said, this is where a lot of the heat comes from. So you're going to want to just scrape some of that off. I'm going to leave a little bit because I want a little bit of heat with it. And then on the outside part, you can see the skin just starts to peel right off. So what we're going to do, I'm going to work on that, getting these done, and then basically we're going to throw them in a blender, mix them up, and then pour them in with the vegetables and the pork. So we'll be right back. So you can see our bell peppers and our onions really cooked down. Add a little bit of water just to help them go. So we're going to add our pork right back in with everything. Now this is also called salsa verde. This is verde, green chilies and tomatillas. And so we blended all that up, a little bit of salt and pepper. So we're going to pour that in there. And then we're going to come back, add some cumin. Maybe about a teaspoon. I really like it, so I'm going to add a little extra. and of course our chicken stock, just a can of regular old chicken stock. We're going to pour that in. Now with like most chilies and stews, you're going to let it go. So once this comes in, you're basically going to simmer it on a low heat. Let it go at least an hour. If you can let it go longer, that's fine. So we got all that chili flavor mixed in. Even though I pureed it, I mean, all the flavors there and some of the texture, that's why I kept the onions and the bell pepper just diced up. So we're going to let that go about an hour, check on it. If it gets a little, right now it's pretty thin. As it cooks, it'll evaporate, thicken up a little bit. At the end, you may want to add a little bit of flour if you want a little bit thicker chili. But like I said, we're going to put a lid on it, let it go for about an hour, and then we'll be back. It's been a little over an hour, about an hour 15 minutes. Everything's pretty much come together. It's fairly thin, so what I did, I basically made a roux, which is, of course, part flour, part butter. So what we're going to do is just mix that in. That's going to help kind of thicken the chili up a little bit. And also going to add in just a big handful of chopped cilantro. Just do that at the end. So we're going to stir this. Again, this is something really great to have on a cold winter day. So pretty much everything's come together there. So what I'm going to do to plate this up nice and easy, got a bowl over here. I made some jalapeno cornbread. You can have this on the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece right in the middle of the bowl there. Come over and grab some of this chili verde and pour it right on top of that. So you got all the flavors from the pork and the peppers are going to combine with the cornbread. You can also serve it with a little cilantro on top there. You can serve it with chips or tortillas, but this I like having it with a little piece of cornbread. So there you go, there's chili verde. Alright, that was episode number 22 of Average Jim's Cooking Show, chili verde. I enjoyed making it. I'm definitely going to enjoy eating it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. As always, if you want to leave me any comments on Facebook or YouTube or in person, I appreciate it. Any suggestions or comments, let me know. We're always trying to get a little bit better with the show and come up with some just simple, easy to make recipes and with fresh ingredients and just simple techniques. So hope you enjoyed it. As always, we'll see you next time. Take care.